It's your boy Fresh Kimble coming at you live all the way from Philadelphia. I'm on 35 KY Sports today, letting you guys get a little insight on myself.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you are checking out this program. It's 35 KY Sports, man. I'm Rayvon Churchill, your co-host for today. We're going to go around the room, introduce ourselves. We got a good one coming up for you.
Yes, your girl, Jayana.
What up, what up? It's your boy, Al.
And you got your boy, Murph.
So, look, Murph is getting the boards together right now. We got the boy, Lamar Fresh Kimble, on the line. What's up, Fresh?
What's good? What's good? How everybody doing?
Hey, man, we're doing pretty good, man. So we appreciate you taking a little time, man, to come on. We are big Louisville Cardinal fans here. And then when we heard that there was a guy coming from Philly and he goes by the name of Fresh, we had to get him on the program. Anybody named Fresh. And then I heard on another interview that you did that when you come, you're actually going to go by Fresh. So we can't call you Lamar?
Yeah, no, Lamar's kind of a little foreign to me.
Lamar's foreign. Okay.
Everybody called me up there.
Okay, so like I said, I heard some other interviews with speculating on how you got the name Fresh. Was it going to stick with you? So you said there was some OGs in the hood that gave the name Fresh, right?
Yeah, basically the OGs, including my father, they just gave me that nickname, and my best friend kind of grew up with me playing AAU, and he used to always call me Fresh. That was the only person I used to listen to. He used to call me Fresh when I was younger, so it just stuck with me, and now that's it.
So was it because you had a fresh line, you had a fresh fade, did you have fresh shoes, your clothes were fresh, like your layup, your jump shot was fresh? What was so fresh about Lamar at a young age that he got that nickname that stuck with him, though? 'Cause that's a cool nickname, bro.
Right. I had to give credit to my mom for that one. She did. She used to always keep me fresh, laced in the most up-to-date clothes as possible. So I give her respect for that. And, a lot of the people call me Fresh because I was the little kid who had all the clothes on the block, and that kind of stuck with me. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm glad I'm able to, brand this name on.
That's what's up. It's a real cool name. So you originally from Philly, born and raised in Philly?
Yeah, born and raised in Philadelphia.
What part of Philly you from, bro?
I'm from Northeast Philadelphia, like Longcrest, to be specific. So, yeah.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Newman Goretti, all the way in South Philly.
Hold on, Newman Goretti. You hooped at Newman Goretti. So, like, I don't know if any listeners know, but Newman Goretti is a powerhouse. Name some alumni from Newman Goretti, if you could, just real quick, Fresh.
Yeah, we have Scoop Jardine, who went to Syracuse. Jaquan Newton, went to Miami. We had Quade Green. We got a lot that go down the list.
So,
a lot of people.
And even back in the day, like Newman Goretti is always a top 25, perennially top 25 in the USA. They're ranked. So that's a powerhouse program. How many years did you start for Newman Goretti?
I was 2011. That was my freshman year.
So you started varsity as a freshman?
Oh, no, I was on varsity as a freshman, but I started my sophomore year, so that'd be 2012. That was my first year starting, and I ended the rest of my career, I was starting.
Cool. So we've been checking you out. We do know that it's well known here in Louisville now, because when we have a guy who's coming in, we've had some success with our grad transfer. So everyone did their research on you, and a 3-year captain. So a 3-year captain, that lets me know that you were pretty good when you came in. What was the recruiting process like? How did you get to St. Joe's?
Being from here, from Philadelphia, you was able to see a lot of the local coaches faster. And, here at St. Joe's, they had stuck out to me when I was, time for me to, make my decision. And that's where I was most comfortable at, when everything began.
Okay, that's what's up. Who were some of your other suitors coming out of high school? Did you have any other offers from D1 schools?
Yeah, I had like Creighton, Florida Gulf Coast, like UMass, kind of all up and down the eastern side.
Okay, the Eastern Seaboard. And so you just was a homeboy. You just had to stay at home, or you couldn't get away from mom. She kept you fresh, so you decided to stay in St. Joe in Philly and go to St. Joe's for a while.
No, I ain't that much of a homeboy now, but it was the best fit for me at that moment. That's what I was saying. it kind of got me to where I'm at right now. But in terms of homeboy, I mean, I can't wait to get out there where you guys are at. So I'm not nowhere near a homeboy.
That's what's up. We can't wait for you to get here, man. We're always excited for new guys when they come in with that uniform on. So one more question before I let some other people in. 3-year starter, 3-year captain, St. Joe's, A-10 conference, play some good competition. Why leave? Why leave St. Joe's?
I mean, I know this is kind of going around, but at the end of the day, man, like, I'm looking to win. And, I feel like this was the best opportunity for me to win. And, I'm not settling for nothing short of going to another spot. And I know Coach Mack and Murray and all the guys on our team aren't settling for nothing shorter than winning every championship that's available in front of us. And, that's something that really stuck to me, and that's something that I want to be a part of and, contribute to. And at the end of the day, man, I'm a winner, and that's kind of what I live my life on around. I hate losing. You lose a game, I'm going back. I'm not trying to talk to too many people. So winning it involves in my life, and that's where I'm trying to be in the next step of my chapter.
I remember said I was going to pass the ball, but I'm gonna be a ball hog just for one more question. We want to be like real here. We want to get some questions, some answers that maybe you haven't been asked. So I just want to know, what's that conversation like with the coach of St. Joe's? Do you text him? Do you call him? Do you go to his office? What's his reaction? Does he try to convince you to stay? What is that like? Was it difficult? Was it easy? Was it expected? What was that like?
Just from the St. Joe's, and they've been honest, trustworthy, and they understand my situation. And we've been communicating back and forth before my decision was made. There's no bad ties between both of myself and the program. Everybody understands 100% where I'm coming from and what I want to be in the next part of my chapter, and they're all for it. So, the conversations we have between each other and with the coach and things like that, he's been involved in making sure that I'm making the right decision for my life, and not, a decision that's, a lot of people could talk a good game, but don't back it up. And he's trying to make sure that I'm not in that equation. So, everything on this end in terms of St. Joe's and the way they have treated this process involving me has been really great. I thank them for that.
Shout out to St. Joe's, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, right.
And I just have a question as well. You haven't visited U of L at all, or made a visit to the campus, and you committed to, Coach Mack and U of L. So what played into that decision without you even having to be here or come see what campus is like, or the arena or facilities and things like that?
Right, yeah. It came down to our conversations. The more I got on the phone with Mac and Murray and those guys, the more comfortable I became with them, the more family like I seen it was. And, I realized I didn't need a visit to make my decision. My heart and my mind was, at this place at Louisville. And, before I even touch down and go there, I want to be solidified that I'm on that team and that I'm going to be a player on that team. And that's what it boils down to. We talk so much about winning and things like that, but the personality that those guys brought on the phone in terms of just being able to have a good conversation with them was something that, I really enjoyed, and that kind of led me to my decision.
And to follow up with that, I'd like to know what recruits think of Kentucky, or how they envision it before they get here, because a lot of recruits think it's nothing but dirt roads and Waffle Houses. So what is your thoughts on Louisville, Kentucky before you actually get here and see what the city's like?
No, I'm open-minded to it. I mean, I've been there when I was younger because I had ties with Purvis Ellison, who used to go there. I know you guys probably know of, and he was my AAU coach when I was younger. So, I've been down there before when I was younger, but not, too much where I can remember. But I know when I was down there, it was great food. So, I don't close no doors on in terms of what's in Kentucky.
Yeah, speaking of Purvis Ellison, you did play 6 seasons at AAU with him. He did compare you to Michigan State's Cassian Winston. What can you bring to Louisville as far as things that Cassius Winston brings to his team that we can look forward to?
I think I'm a real underrated passer. I don't think that was able to be shown with me playing off the ball a little bit more in my life. But I believe I can pass the ball just as good as he can, or even better. I believe that's a trait that, you guys will see very fast is that I can get the team very involved and I can get guys their shots, and make it comfortable for everybody to feel as though that they're not being left out or feel as though that they're a player on the team. I feel like that's an aspect that I bring first. And then sparring and leadership and things like that comes on just comes as part of the way I play in my game and things like that. But first and foremost, I feel like I can really get these guys better shots and great shots and then control the pace, whereas though, no team is rattling us up and we can, get to any plays and things that we want to get to.
That's what's up, man. I wanted to take a second, just welcome you to the Ville, the 502, Louisville, all of the above. You'll hear it called, man. Just kind of want to get your thoughts on, Louisville as a basketball culture, what you kind of know about it. Do you know what you're stepping into?
Shoot, I mean, I've been told ever since I decided that it was going to be more than I thought it was, but I know that this is a basketball state, city, whatever you want to call it. I know everybody's basketball junkies down there, and I could just tell by the love I'm getting on social media and things like that, which has really, I appreciate it ever since I decided to make the decision. It's made this even more comfortable. I know I could tell how things roll down there. Everybody is foot first into what's going on with the basketball programs, and they want the best. And, I know that some negative is going to come out of that and some positive is going to come out of that, because everybody wants to win so bad. And that's kind of something that I enjoy going through. I enjoy the fans being mad at watching the game and not satisfied at a loss or things like that. And, I'll be looking very forward to that, understanding that not only will my coaches and players and, facility and staff, urge me on to be the best player, but also the fans will down there. And that's something that I'm really going to take into consideration.
Yes. Day one, as soon as you step foot off the plane here in Louisville, it's gonna mess you up. People are gonna recognize you and know who you are, be speaking to you the whole 9 yards. As soon as your name came across the radar, I'm pretty sure everybody went to YouTube, looked you up. I think it was freshman to sophomore year, St. Joe's. You got a nice package on you, man. You floor game the whole 9 yards. So we definitely excited.
Appreciate it.
You spoke of adversity. I know you've had a few injuries in your career. How have you dealt with coming back from those injuries?
Every injury has been been an obstacle, and I like the challenges and the obstacles, and that has made me come back from each injury, I think, better. I think every injury I've ever endured, I came back better because of the mindset and the positivity I looked through it. And I developed a lot of patience going through my injuries, and I feel like that has led over to the court and my leadership and things like that. When I was a little younger, elite, and it was more of, getting rowdy and snapping on people and stuff like that, being louder vocally, and I realized I didn't have to do that, and that kind of came from my injuries. And, and as a whole realm, my injuries have kind of made me the person I am today in terms of, being patient and understanding that every play on the court is adversity. Like, there's going to be times that we're going to be somewhere on an away game and somebody's going to go on a 9-0 run. How do you, come back from that, or how do you fight back from that? And I feel like just stuff like injury is the way I look at things, and that has helped me, in life and continue.
This is a real cool interview right here, man. 3-5 KY Sports. We got Fresh on the line, man. He's out of from Philly. We're going to take a quick break, man. Go get you something to drink, use the bathroom, wipe your nose if you got to. Come on back, man. We got Fresh. More to come. 3-5 KY Sports. We'll be right back. Right back, 3-5 KY Sports. We have Fresh Kimble on the line, all the way from Philly. So we just talked about it. The man hasn't even stepped foot in the Commonwealth. He committed to the University of. So he's excited to get here. When you coming, dog? When you gonna be here?
I'll be down there first session. He's supposed to try to get a visit for me to get down there and touch base on campus. But I think it's probably going to get a little postponed. So I'll probably go down there first session when I'm starting with the guys and taking classes and things like that. Then, from there it's 2 feet in and we're ready. So
what's coming up the next few weeks? You have your finishing up at St. Joe's. When is graduation day? When you walk and get your papers, man?
Graduation is May 18th. I'm thinking that's the correct date, May 18th or 19th, one of those 2 dates. And just finishing up my classes here, making sure I'm graduating. that's the real focus on me, and from there, just going up from there.
So did you major in broadcast journalism or anything like that? Because you're very well spoken and articulate, and I'm telling you, your locker is going to be flooded with a lot of reporters and people asking questions after every game just because of how well spoken you are. What's your major, man?
My major communication. I mean, that's probably.
I mean, it was easy to figure out. It was easy to figure out. So once again, 35KY Sports, we have Fresh on the line, man. So anybody got anything else? What's up? Let's keep it going. This is good. He's here to stay.
Definitely, man. So let me ask you, how much Louisville basketball this past season, most relevant with Coach Mack, were you able to catch this year? Did you see any of the games?
I was only able to catch one or two games. Mainly I think it was the Duke one and the Virginia Tech one. Those are the ones I was able to catch. But
so let's talk Duke real quick.
Please.
Let's talk Duke.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Just from a basketball standpoint, we all know what happened in the Duke game. The massive breakdown was a 26-point lead, blew, and the final
23 points.
23 points.
23 points
in 9 minutes.
Yes.
So, from a PG standpoint, where did we go wrong? How can we fix that moving forward in that situation down the stretch?
Yeah, I just felt like in terms of that game, their defense started to back us up. We didn't start offense where we wanted to kind of start offense at. We kind of played on our heels, and the first however minutes it was in the game, they were really downhill at them the whole time, and that made them uncomfortable. And I feel like we started to go back on our heels when they started to come back. That was just my takeaway just from watching it a little bit. So that's why I would kind of see adjusting that too. You can't really calm down in that league. You can't really relax in that lead at any moment because there are so many good players who can make noise on any given day, and I feel like that's where it has to be a full 40-minute game, and you can't stop from there to the whistle stop.
When you were watching that game, was Louisville on your radar then, or at what point was it like, hey, I'm gonna be a Louisville Cardinal next year, or was it something that's kind of like happened after the season, or like explain like how Louisville got on your radar?
Yeah, it was kind of. I had no intentions then. I was mid-season, so I was working on trying to win with my squad here, but the squad I had here. But yeah, in terms of when I found out was kind of after the season, I sat down with my parents. We really talked about my future and understand that what we could do better or better opportunities that may be out there. And one of them came up was entering the grad transfer portal and seeing things that were out there. And immediately when Louisville name came up and Coach Mack came up and he called me and stuff like that, that was definitely exciting for me because, you always watch these schools when you're younger and you see them out playing on TV all the time. And you wish one day you could be there on the big lights that they are. So to see that was kind of already a urge in myself to say, like, wow, like he really believes in me, believe in my talent and what I can do. And, from there, after connecting, as a person, it made it even more comfortable to just say, like, okay, this is easy to become a Cardinal.
That's what's up. And I'm telling you, so when you get here, it's going to be a love fest at first. And if there's any like semblance of a Duke game last year, we're going to turn. I'm saying we are going to have a lot of things to say because we felt like it was our guard play and our backcourt play. And I'm not saying that it was one particular player's fault or anything like that, but the backcourt took a beating after those losses that we had. It may be different from the media, how the media is covered, how they cover St. Joe's and Philadelphia. We know with Philadelphia being a major sports town and so many professional teams, and Villanova win the national championship. So, when you come here, the media scrutiny is going to be a little bit different because we don't have a professional team. Like, little kids are going to know your face as you walk down the street, and they're going to come up and like Al talked about earlier. What have you learned, or what have you been told about how the media is different here than it is in Philly?
Yeah, I mean, I know the media is full first. Somebody told me basically, the teams down there are the Philadelphia Eagles. They are the 76ers and things like that. So, and I understand how much media that those guys get here. But, all in all, I use my experiences from before and, my 4 years, here in college, and I understand the ups and downs of the media, and you're going to be scrutinized and things like that. And I understand if bad games happen, then you will get those type of I guess tweets or things coming out in the papers. I feel like that doesn't have no effect on our game, and definitely doesn't have an effect on my game. I'm gonna go out there, play 100% every night, give it my all to win. And at the end of the day, I can live with the scrutiny and everything like that, but as long as my team mates and myself play to 110%, I feel as though we can beat anybody, but also I feel like we can live with ourselves from there.
What about the Kentucky rivalry? What have you heard about that? And you talked about people showing you love on social media. Have there been any UK Wildcats trolling you on social media? What's your experience been like with Kentucky? Are you ready to get those boys on the court? Are you ready? Are you licking your chops to get a Kentucky and those boys?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that game. I even watched the full game on YouTube just to get used to the atmosphere and things like that. But yeah, that's a game that's marked on everybody's calendars, and it's surely marked on mine when the calendar comes out. And I'm gonna be ready for that. And I definitely, it reminds me of some Philadelphia high school rivalries that we had, like a Newman Roman type thing. No.
Fresh.
I'm not saying it is.
Fresh. Now, okay. So let me explain to you about this game. When this game is on, nothing in the state of Kentucky, nothing else matters. I'm talking about there's no traffic on the streets. People are, it's like a holiday, bruh. So you have to like we can go 1-34, but if we win that one game, hey, we had a really good season. So
right,
I see what you're saying, because I know that Newman and Roman, I know that's a big thing, but nah, bruh, like this is something like the whole state.
Of course, this is 10 times to 100 times more crazier than the high school one. I was just bringing up, trying to bring up an example, but
gotcha.
In terms of that game, I know the atmosphere that's around that. It's nothing but that. I know that you can go 1 for 30 and then you win that one, and then everybody's fine. But yeah, I'm like I said, I'm ready for the game. I know my team is ready for it. I know the fan base is ready for it. We didn't get that one last year at home, so
or the year before.
We in Rupp next year. We in Rupp this season, right?
Or the year before.
Yeah, we in Rupp next year. So the red will be out there, while the blue out there. We'll be in there. We be ready.
What number you gonna wear, Fresh?
0. So far as I know.
Okay. That's what's up.
Agent 0. Point guard, my P. Jizzle. So I got to ask you, you say you watched the game from last year. I know you're a point guard. You got to assess the personnel that you'll be playing with next year. What do you know about your future teammates?
Yeah, I know we have some high major players in Noir, and I'm not trying to get his last name wrong, the big guy. And
Enoch.
Enoch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get it wrong.
Oh, you good.
But I know major players and what they do out there, are being able to shoot and stretch the floor like that, and Enoch being just a man child down there. So I really feel like pick and roll wise, I can really use Enoch, and we can really work together, as a big guard tandem. I feel like with Newark, get him some easier shots, because towards the end of the year, teams are just key on him, trying to force him to do more, go at him on the defensive end, so that can take away from his offense. And I feel like I can get him some more easy shots for him to get going, because he's an unbelievable shooter. And including with the rest of their guys, that was just the first two that I've seen. But the rest of the guys from what's the name off the bench? Shooter from Perry, great Perry.
McMahon is the shooter.
Yeah, great speed. The kid who could shoot off the bench. I can't remember his name right now.
Ryan McMahon.
Yeah, Ryan McMahon. Yep, him. He could slice the 3 up. Who else?
So you spoke of Warren Enoch. So you spoke of playing with them. You are aware they have entered the draft. So are you under the impression that they're coming on back to play with you?
No, I mean, I'm not at all. Of course, I hope that they come back with me and play, because that would make us easily top 10 and, be on a good road, good path where we try to go at. I talked about them too, but, they got to do the best for their life and their decision and whatever they feel is best for them.
Are you familiar with any of the young guys coming in next year? We've got a stellar class that, the Card Nation is excited about. Are you familiar with any of them?
Yeah, top 5 class. Josh Nickelberry is an unbelievable athlete, S64. I'm not trying to get his name wrong either. Last name,
Aiden Gahan. That's a hard one. Aiden.
Yeah,
that's a hard one.
He already looks like a man child coming out of high school. You got the rest of the guys. You got David Johnson, who came from who's born in Louisville, correct?
Louisville boy, yeah.
And he 6'5", played with great pace, could pass, could shoot, get in the mid range area. It's a lot. I'm not trying. I don't want to forget the rest, because that makes me forget the rest of the people. But
you name it.
Great class coming. Yeah, great class coming in. I feel like I'll really be able to help those guys, teaching them just how to go about every day, and every day is going to be different. You're going to have ups and downs just to get through those. And, keep working with the guys that's already there. And, hopefully those two come back and we just have a powerhouse year.
Definitely. You're going to have a unique bond with the young guys, because you all be new to Louisville. So I think you'll be able to really kind of assume that leadership role with them. Really looking forward to all of you all coming together.
Right.
That's what's up, man. So look, we're going to here with Fresh Kimble all the way from Philly, the north side of Philly, right? You're in North Philly, right?
Yeah, Northeast Philly.
Northeast Philly.
My people, Philly people here get mad at that if I just let you say North.
Okay, so to get it all the way right, the Northeast from Northeast Philly. Hold on for a second. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. 35KY Sports with Fresh on the line. We'll be right back. Sports, we're back with Fresh Kimble on the line, man. We've been talking for a few minutes, man. Dude is a great interview. It seems like we can just continue to talk all day long. Man, come on in, Murph. We need to hear you, man. What's up, Murph?
Fresh, I got to ask you for the culture, man. Who is your favorite rapper out of Philly, man? It's as far as the city of Philadelphia, man, it has some of the most prolific rappers of all time. So I got to ask you, Beans, Meek, Freeway, who would you say is your favorite rapper out of Philly?
Yeah, we definitely got the legends with like Beanie Siegel and Freeway and things like that. But in terms of my generation, Meek Mill is the guy.
He's the guy.
Motivation. He's the not God. He's the guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not God. But he's the motivation of the city. He what his lyrics are and what he says kind of fits the gritty mindset and the humbleness and hungriness of Philadelphians, and that's where he hits us at, and that's why he's kind of our number one.
Man, I've never been to Philly. I don't know. Have y'all ever been to Philly before?
I have not, but I did plan even before I knew we was having this interview. I am going this summer. I got to run up the steps, man. I got to run up the steps like Rocky.
So when you go, when Rayvon, when he goes to Philly this summer, does he need to go to Pat's or go to Geno's for
Oh, man. See, Pat's and Geno's get a lot of publicity down here, but I'll tell you, the undercover, cheesesteak spot to go to is D'Alessandro's. That's the number one.
D'Alessandro's spot. Okay. All right. So back to the culture real quick. Is there any rappers or artists from Philly that may not be like nationwide? Like, who are some of the hot underground people? Like, we need to go check them out. Like right now. Like, man, they represent Philly. They hot, man. You need to go check them out. Shout those people out real quick.
Right. We got a lot of lanes of people coming out of Philly. Of course, you could tell by like the Lil Uzi Vert lane and then the P&B Rock lane.
Okay.
But in terms of like upcoming artists, we have like YOGJP. He's a great up and coming artist coming out of Philly, and I guess like Rico Havoc, somebody else.
Okay.
We have a lot of artists coming out of Philly. The talent music wise is crazy. So there's a lot of them battling each other right now.
That's what's up. So also another thing, just for you to know about where you're coming to, the Kentucky Derby is coming up. Are you familiar? Like, what do you know about the Kentucky Derby? I
don't know much about the Kentucky Derby, but I know that's everything down there. Like, I can't I want to be able to see one, you know, before everything is up and over, because I know that's it right there. So I got to see the Kentucky Derby. I gotta learn more. I got my information up on there and everything.
Yeah, it's not just a horse race, but I promise you this though, Fresh. If you win the national championship for us next year, you won't have to pay for anything next year on Derby. I know you won't be able to make it this year, so tune in, man. Like, and just see like all the pageantry and check it out, and just give you a taste of the city that you're coming to. But I promise you though, bro, if we win the championship, if we go to the Final Four, hell, if we win the ACC, you won't have to pay for anything at the 2020 Kentucky Derby, bro. I promise you. I promise you that. I promise you that. Anybody got anything else for freshmen?
What y'all rocking up there? Y'all still rocking the Puma wave end, or what's up?
Polo kind of out now.
No, he said Puma.
Oh, you said Puma?
Yeah.
Puma's okay brand. We kind of dab around to everything. So we touch a lot of cultures, like clothes-wise. That's a whole different story, the fashion-wise.
No, so let's get into it though, because your name is Fresh because of of your perceived style as a youth. So, like, what's your go-to? Right. What's your go-to brand? Like, what's your favorite pair of jeans? Like, what you rock?
Brand matter, of course, because that's the money, But in terms of brand, you could drip yourself without having no brand.
Absolutely.
You can have no brand on and still look good
and still be fresh.
Yes, sir. That's kind of where it go. You might throw on some, some 7 jeans with like some diesel sneaks and a nice little shirt that somebody made that's your front shirt, but you might look crazy in that. You never know. So it's hard for me to go by brands because it's more of like of what you got on and how you look when you throw on more than the money aspect and saying just because I got Gucci on or like Balmain or something that's going to be I'm supposed to be like looking good when I'm dressed. Kind of get what I'm saying?
I like you, Fresh. I like it, Fresh. I like
sauce
it. Sauce is
in you, not on you.
I like it. But your nickname is Fresh. You said you got your name from being fresh, so don't be coming out looking like no bum when you be out on the streets, man. Because people are like, I thought you were supposed to be fresh. You have a lot to live up to with that nickname, dude. I'm telling you now. Plus, if you go to the local court, as soon as you go to the gym, dudes are gonna be Fresh. I'm coming at you. I'm just telling you, it's just because you're gonna be having Louisville across your chest, and most of us hoopers in Louisville, we would dream to be in your position. So just be expecting for dudes to come at you because of your name and because you're the point guard for University of Louisville. I'm talking about it's just the way that it is.
Right, for sure.
So look, man, we got Fresh Kimble on the line. Fresh, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Jayana, you got anything else you want to say to Fresh before we get out?
No, just welcome you to the VO, and we appreciate your time today.
Yeah, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are right here on 35 KY Sports. I'm Rayvon Churchill. We're gonna get you out of here, Fresh. Anything else you got to say before you come to town on? We graduate May 18th. Before you get here next month, anything else you want to say to the fans or to the people of Louisville?
Nothing much. Just know when I get down there, you're getting 110% out of me, and that's the only thing I know is 110%, and that's kind of what I live my life around. And I just want to say thank y'all and thank everybody for y'all taking the time out y'all day, allowing me to talk with y'all, and I appreciate that.
One more thing, Fresh. So look, you're coming in the summer. This summer we have a huge annual basketball tournament in Shawnee Park, and it's called the Dirt Bowl. Is there any chance you can just come make an appearance? Not to hoop, just come down, man. I'll get on the mic, say Fresh, get some people to know who you are. So when you come to the Dirt Bowl. Tell somebody to take you to Shawnee Park and come to the Dirt Bowl. All right, you're gonna see some Louisville hooping. All right.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm there with you.
That's what's up.
Hit us up, man. When you get here, I come through, I scoop you, and I bring you straight to front door access.
That's what's up, man. Have a good day, man. Do exceptionally well on your finals, man. Super proud of you for graduating and getting your communications degree. That is the most important thing that you're doing right now. So it's a wonderful time to be Fresh Kimble. We got graduations coming up. We got a lifestyle change, moving to another city, moving to a higher profile program. We're trying to get some national acclaim, trying to get some rings on our fingers and stuff like that, man. So Fresh, we appreciate you, man. You have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all.